Good morning, scholars. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. All right, guys, in our math, we've been focusing on two things. For our problem of the day, we've been working on our word problems. This week, we're looking for those keywords that help us know that we are going to subtract. And then we've been working on our arrays. We'll get to our arrays in just a minute. Let's think about those subtraction word problems. Now, scholars, I thought sometimes we see these word problems and we think, so what? What do they have to do with us? So I thought of a place where I'm really using these word problems in real life. I have these Pokemon stickers. Scholars, I've been giving out stickers to us. I've been mailing them out. Now, in my stack here, I have 43 Pokemon stickers. And guess what? We have 26 students in our class. So let's just say I gave away 26 of them for our class. Now, I could count the rest of these up. But if I already knew I had 43 and I gave 26 away, I need to know how many I have left because I might need to buy more because that would be embarrassing if I started passing some out, but I ran out and some of you wouldn't get them. So let's think, what would that word problem look like? Well, it would look like, let me find it. It would look like this. Mrs. Moseley had 43 Pokemon stickers. She gave 26 away. How many stickers does she have left? Well, we already know that job number one, where we're looking for a word problem, is to read the problem and figure out what's going on. Job number two, we're going to highlight our keywords and numbers. So here we go. I'm going to highlight my keywords and numbers. I see there's 43 Pokemon stickers. There they are, 43 of them. She gave 26. That's important because that's how many kids are in our class. 26 away. Now, how many stickers does she have left? That's our job because I need to know if I have enough to give out some more stickers. Okay, so we already highlighted them. Now we have to make our equation. So we have our 43 stickers. Let's use that. We can see that our keyword that we found here is gave, because that means I don't have those anymore. If I give them away, they're gone. So I'm subtracting. Now our job is to, I gave away 26. So I had 43. I'm taking away or giving away 26. And now I need to figure out how many do I have left? Keyword, how many are left? When we have something that's left over, we know that that's a difference. Okay, now we can create our word, or now we can create our place value chart. Okay, guys, so we know we're starting with 43. I'm going to make bigger circles because that's been helpful. Because when I'm looking at people who make errors, it's usually because it's hard to tell what's happening. So 3 big circles for my ones, and then 4 lines for my tens. So notice how I'm putting them apart so that I don't get mixed up. Okay, I want to take 26 away. Can I do it? Absolutely not. There's only 3 ones. Okay, so let's cross out this 10 here. Let's turn it into 10 ones. Again, I'm going to switch the size. I'm going to make a bigger circle so it's easier to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, done. Now I can do the job I need to do. I can take my 26 away. So here it is. I'm taking 6 ones away. I'm going to undo that, guys. I want to make it a little smaller so it's easier to see. Then I don't get confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are left over? There are 3 plus 4, that's 7. And I'm taking 2 tens away. What's left over? 1 10. Alrighty. Now I can solve. I can get my difference. Here it is. I had 7 ones. Nope. Yeah, 7 ones and 1 10. My difference is 17. So Miss Moseley has 17 stickers left. Is that enough for our whole class? Nope. Good thing I figured that out. Otherwise, next time I try to give these stickers out, I wouldn't have enough for everyone. All right, scholars, that's our word problem today. Remember, some keywords that we've been seeing are gave and left. When we see those, we got to figure out what's going on, make a picture in our head, but those usually tell us that subtraction is what we need to do. All right, Now with our arrays. Guys, I've been loving seeing the arrays you've been making. And I've been thinking, when we have arrays, what we're really doing is creating rows. So you can see here, I have a row of 3. Now look, I have a column of 3. The big thing I want you to remember is that we always have to have the same amount in every row, in every column. So if I have 3 in a row, but I have 3 in a row, but I have 3 in a row, my next row can't just have 1. I have to have 3 in my next row. 2, 3. So that means every row has the same number in them. So 3 in my top row, 3 in my bottom row. Can we get them? It'd be much easier if I were putting them down on the table. Okay, so let's take a look at what that's going to be in our drawings today. So let's look at the first example. I'm going to draw an array with 5 rows. Remember, rows go across in 2 columns. And remember, columns go up and down. Okay, so let's take a look. If I want to draw 3 rows, my rows are going to go across. Remember, they go across. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 rows. But now I need to draw 2 columns. Columns go up and down. So I start at the top. It's going to go up and down and 2 columns. So now I know I'm going to have each of these boxes filled here. Just these ones here that I have. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I can do 2 different kinds of equations. I can do, what kind of groups do we see here? When we have our columns, we see groups of 3. 3 plus 3. So when I make an equation, I'm going to write that 3 plus 3. And I get the sum of 6. Okay, now let's look at our second example. We're going to draw an array with 2 rows. Remember, rows go up and down. So when we do rows don't go up and down, do they? They go side to side. So I want 2 rows that are going side to side. And I want 6 columns. Columns go up and down. Here they go. So I want 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns. Uh-oh, I ran out of space over there. That's okay. 5 columns, 6 columns. Okay, so now I'm going to extend this here because I'm going to show that's what I'm creating. 2 rows and 6 columns. So now I can draw them in. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See how I filled in each spot? I don't have any left over, so I'm not going to just do my first column and my first row. I'm going to fill in all of them, all of my columns and rows. Now I can see a total. Now, this time, instead of circling up my columns, I'm going to do my rows. Remember, rows go from side to side. So I'm going to go across, and I know there were 6 of them because I had 6 columns. And so I have 6 in every row. That means now I can write an equation. There are 6 plus 6 because each of my rows has 6 in it. And that gives me a total of 12. My sum is 12. Remember, scholars, when you're creating an equation, the addends have to be the same number because our rows are going to be the same amount in each one. Our columns will have the same amount in each one. So all of our addends will be the same. We might have more than just 2 numbers. We might have 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5 numbers. So when we're doing our arrays, please remember every row has to have the same number in it. every column has to have the same number in it. So your equations will always use the same addend. You're just going to add more of those addends. So let's say I know my sum is 12. I have a total of 12. Well, I know that 5 plus 7 equals 12. Can I use that equation? Nope, because the addends aren't the same number. All right, scholars, so it's important for us to remember our addends are going to be the same number. There's the same number in every column and every row. All right, have an awesome day of learning. I'll see you soon.